Hello everybody. I had a full day today, and this is my prayer spot. One of them. It's nice out here. And I'm slowing down on the videos. I put a cross up there the other week. Just had a whole day. I was helping Shaky, and there's a lot to share. But as I'm walking to my little prayer spot here, I saw this little bird. I hope you could see her. And she got stuck. Ouch! She's in a fishing line. Now I'm hoping I could get her out. Hey, baby. But see, she looks injured. I just wanted you to see her. I'm not sure if I could videotape, all of it. But I just wanted to see. I don't know if she's, if I'd be able to save her or not. Okay, baby, it's okay. It's okay. I'm wondering if she got in some type of line or... I know my kids would like me to save her, but I don't know if I can. What happened to you, baby? Okay, what happened to you? It's okay. So I figured I would just try and show you her. Oh, see, she's got I'm going to have to try and untangle that. I'll try and untangle it. She's got if you notice, she's got a fish hook, which is what I thought. So I'm going to try and untangle that. I obviously won't be able to videotape it all. But being I did want you to at least see the bird, and then I'll help her when I shut this. I put that cross up there. You won't be able to see it. There was a couple of 2x4s. I put them up there. Sure enough, nobody's torn them down. And I haven't videotaped as many little videotapes that you normally see. I'll call this the bird video or something like that. And it's interesting because my friend Austin, I'm talking to him. He was reading Isaiah, and some things I was reading he mentioned. And some of the other people on the street, some of the girls they're old friends. They're like, we're tired of you preaching at us at the park. We're tired of your... I'm not saying everybody's doing everything right, but it shows you that people are making efforts, okay? Tomorrow I'm going to teach, I think, on John chapter 18. And I'll try and maybe share a few little insights in John 18. And what I want to encourage everybody, I might upload this in the morning with whatever teaching video I'm going to do. But I've been talking to a lot of the guys, and everybody, they're all in the stage of, I feel bad for Shaky. I helped him. He a friend of his right over the bridge had some of his change, money, because he used to work with these guys, and Shaky's working, and he'd save bags of change, like maybe $300 worth of quarters in bags. And Shaky says, when I run out of money, John, I'm going to have to use that, for my rent. So today was a day. And he's shaking again, But he's talking about, once again, on his own, he's talking about going sober, quitting. And, I don't push that on him, but he knows I'm sober. So just to be with the guys and to encourage them. I'll try to free this bird, and I don't know if I'll have to maybe take it to the house. My kids, if they watch the video, they'll see that. So this is just a little update, and maybe I'll quote. It says, our souls have escaped like a bird out of the snare of the fowler. The snare is broken and we have escaped. Okay, that's a verse, one of many. So in life, there are a lot of things that kind of trip you up. There's verses that say, the wicked, they do not know what they are stumbling over. They don't understand that some of the choices they're making, in general, are what's preventing them. Scripture talks about, I quoted the verse the other day, it says, whoso offereth praise glorifieth me. And to him that ordereth his conversation aright, I will show the salvation of God. This morning I read some verses I read First Peter chapter 1 last night. I added a few verses on one of the posts, but it's talking about praising God in the midst of difficulty, midst of affliction, praising Him. When you take the easy way out, whether it's the alcohol, the drug use, or whatever, it's a temporary fix. I told Shaky, I said, I've quit drinking now for almost 4 years, and I'm just about disoriented every day. And I understand that the alcohol, it sedated me. I understand that. And that's why they have drugs for a lot of the people that are on the various things. But difficulty could be good. You see, difficulty is good. When I do John 18 tomorrow, we're going to read, I'll teach a little bit on what all the guys went through, all of the followers went through, all the disciples went through. And when Jesus said, I have many things to say unto you, which I was teaching on recently, but you're not able to handle them now. I have a lot of things I'm going to show you guys. And it wasn't just the things that he was going to speak, but the things that were going to happen. His death, his crucifixion, things that initially was too difficult. Jesus one time was teaching, and he specifically said things that were offensive. At one point, he said, woe unto you as well. Let these guys, and his disciples said, don't you know that you're offending this other group? You're offending them too, Jesus. He said, let him be offended. He said, because every tree that my Father did not plant is going to be plucked up. Every tree. And I was meditating on it. There are some things, some people get offended at, whether it's me saying a particular thing or anybody in general. And I was meditating that in some scenarios, people are only to hear you one last time before, they cut you off or they go another way. I've done that. I don't listen to every teacher or preacher. And I was meditating that sometimes that's the purpose of God. That there would be a particular thing you will teach or preach or minister, and it's needed for that person or that community or that city. It's needed. But it's possible when they first hear it, they'll say, that's it. Paul himself said in the New Testament, at a particular time of his ministry, he said, everybody forsook me, but just a couple of people stuck with me. Now understand that. There was a time where Paul, when he's preaching and he's declaring the great mysteries of the gospel, there was a time where everyone in a particular area forsook him. Now, that's not what we want. But there were other more popular speakers and rhetoricians. Rhetoric was a form of speaking in the early centuries. It was popular. You studied it. You learned it. And so people actually had, we like this particular teacher, and you would pay them. You could even hire them. And so there were a lot of people that said, we don't like what Paul's saying, but we do enjoy regular preaching. And maybe some of those people, the last thing they heard Paul say, which was something about the cross, something about grace, because Paul says it was the offense of the cross that people were fighting him, because the gospel of grace was offensive. And maybe they heard it one last time and never heard him again. And Paul possibly died before they did. But that at some point, they were meant to hear that last thing of truth, of the gospel, that would stick with them years later. So it's not about how many, how big the audience, how popular. It's not about any of that. Paul said to Timothy, in the last days, people will keep to themselves teachers having itching ears, just wanting to hear particular things. When I watched the news the other day and I wanted to catch actual news, and it was on a Saturday, I believe, every channel had sports. And then when you got to the news, it was a day before the debate. Every news channel talking about stuff that makes no real news. And then the day of the debate, everything led up to the presidential debate of 2016, the first one between Trump and Clinton. And I thought, we're consumed with things that will make no difference in them. So let me try to free this little bird, and you'll get this as a little add-on video. And I'll just bless you guys, okay? May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you. Be gracious to you, give you peace. Okay, that's the bird. I'll see what I can do for him.